the rooftops, quickly! This is a dead end. Try the other way. There it is.
I see it. It won't get away.
Jump across. You can do it.
Eyes of the dragon! What was that?
Perhaps that foul thing took the high road. There's no time. We have to get through there. Careful. You can't hesitate now. There's no other way. Jump! Careful now.
Hello YouTubers, Max18363 here, and this is part 5 of my Dark Messiah Might and Magic playthrough on hard difficulty with narration, and we're on chapter 3, Dead Man's Trail. So I know that this video is a little lengthy, but I was torn how to handle this video, but I've decided just to do it in one go, even if it does mean a slightly longer video. But certainly 19 minutes is the maximum length of video that I'd be prepared to do, and it won't be something that happens too often, so... But by doing it this way, it let me get this whole level done in one video. Chapter 3 is one of the slightly shorter levels. After that, I mean, chapter 4 takes a wee bit, and then after that, from chapter 5 onwards, a lot of the chapters pretty sizable, so it'll probably take at least 2-3 parts. Chapter 5 in particular is a beast, but we'll cover that when we get there, so apologise if this video is a bit long for you. Don't expect you to watch the whole thing, it's fine. But we've just acquired the stealth level 2 ability there, so that now gives us the ability to backstab enemies. Stealth level 1 that we took in the previous video basically reduces the sounds that our footsteps make when we walk, so now we can basically sneak up on enemies now, and with daggers equipped you can perform a power attack, which basically is basically an instant kill. You're going to see me do it on this guy here. One cool thing about sneaking is that if you peek round the corner like you're seeing me doing there, I'm actually peeking, they can't actually see you. Somehow this makes you invisible, so you can peek round the corner and they can't see you. So I'm about to perform the stealth kill here, so like I say, as long as you sneak up quietly behind them with your daggers equipped, you can get up right behind them and pow! Slit their throat.
We got what we wanted. Lost some men and some
in this next room we also get this will be the first suit in the game that I'm going to pick up. Just on the table there, it's the assassin's garb, which it does improve your armour rating very slightly, so it gives me a little protection, but it also increases your stealth rating, make it even harder to detect now, so hopefully be able to start doing some stealth and normally, when I played through this level, there'd be a fair few sections that I could do some good stealth and get plenty of backstab kills, but I kind of make a meal of it a couple of times, so I get forced into combat. But hopefully in future levels I'll be able to get some proper stealth done. There are quite a few sections in this game that are just tailored for stealth. This is perfect. I don't quite manage it here though, I get caught as soon as I go in the corner. So I'm forced into combat.
Right there, or it gets ugly. Uno is right. Flank him. Die. Go to his left. Guards! We've got trouble.
Now in that room where we got the assassin's garb, we also picked up the longbow. Now I want to talk a little bit about archery. Archery in this game, I would say, is probably one of the weakest links in the skill trees, because it's kind of useless until later in the game when you get the strongest bows in the game. For the first half of the game, archery is almost useless. Even if you're playing on normal difficulty, if you want to get a clean kill with a bow, you've got to hit them right in the head, or it doesn't kill them. And then of course every enemy becomes alerted to your presence, and you can basically fire off multiple bows and still not kill them necessarily, because the default bows, like the bow and the longbow, are pretty weak. On hard modes, archery is effectively useless at the early levels. Even with a longbow, a shot to the head on hard mode doesn't necessarily guarantee a kill. So I do invest in archery points. There are a couple of boss fights and stuff that are made slightly easier with archery, but that's not until the late stages of the game, so I don't actually invest in archery for a good little while until we find stronger bows. For example, the bow of Fiery Rage is one of them, but we don't get access to that until chapter 7, I think. So that's a good way away. That bow is pretty powerful. So with that point, I'll probably start putting some points into archery, and then I can start using it possibly for certain fights. That was the Ring of Phoenix that we picked up there. That is a cool little ring that's basically a second life. The way it works is, it's very good for boss fights and stuff actually, because you can wear it, and if your health reaches 0, you don't die. Instead, the ring that fully restores your health, but the ring breaks, so you can't use it again after that. So like I say, it's kind of like a second life or second chance, so it's pretty good for boss fights. This is another area that I would normally get plenty of sneak attacks, but for some reason I got spotted as soon as I came into the warehouse. So again, I'm forced into combat. I'm actually starting to, because this is actually the first time that I've properly played the game on hard mode. I have beaten it 3 times now, from start to finish, 3 times I've beaten this game, but it's always been on normal difficulty. It's always just been on normal. So this is actually, I mean, although I have played a couple of the chapters in hard mode just to see what it was like, and to see if I could do it for the sake of recording this LP for YouTube. But this is the first sort of proper attempt at playing it in hard mode. And I'm starting to wonder if perhaps the enemies are a little more perceptive, maybe a little more aware of their surroundings, because like on normal I would be able to sneak through most of this warehouse and get plenty of knife kills, but I got spotted as soon as I came in the door. Maybe it was just bad luck, maybe it was bad timing, but I'm kind of wondering if the enemies are slightly more perceptive on hard mode. So I'm hoping, because I invest a lot of points in stealth, so hopefully I'll be able to pull off some stealth moves later in the game, because at the moment I'm totally neglecting combat and magic, so you know I'm not going to get access to any strong swords or anything for quite a while. So I'm taking a gamble here. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, one of the guards carries a key that you need to open that trapdoor, and I kind of had a wee bit of bother trying to find the key basically, but I found it eventually. Just on a quick note on difficulty as well, when this game first shipped out on PC it only had 2 difficulties. There was normal and there was hard. That's what I'm playing on now. There was no easy mode, so it's either normal or hard. And even generally speaking, this game is definitely a
Careful. If you get yourself killed, your father will be most displeased.
It is a bit of a tougher outing, this game, I think.
Father?
Oh yes, I've known him.
That little blonde number. What about her?
Ready for this? I overhear narration.
But then the developers of the game released a patch, version 1.02, which added another difficulty.
Legend that when the last falcon dies,
Yeah? The demon prison busts open wide. But we all know prophecies are a load of crap.
no kidding. Some fortune teller among the slaves told me I was gonna die today. Go to the left.
So that was another example. As soon as they finished their conversation, they immediately spotted me, and I was standing in the shadows, standing still, and they immediately spotted me. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to have a bit of a hard time in this. But like I was saying, the game shipped with a patch which got rid of a few bugs and blah blah blah, and it added a new difficulty that was hardcore. So now there's normal, hard and hardcore. I'll be honest, I have no desire to attempt hardcore. I'll quickly explain this. That is chainmail armour and a Naga silk sword, but since I don't have the skills to take either that armour or that sword, I don't pick it up on this occasion. There's usually a few opportunities to pick up different swords and armours in the game, so don't panic if you miss it first time round or you can't pick it up or whatever. Well, I could have picked it up, but like I say, I wouldn't be able to use it. I do invest points into endurance. You need to have your endurance put up in order to wear the best armours in the game. But I don't invest any points into endurance, probably until a wee bit later into the game. Like I say, I'm primarily focusing on stealth at the moment. And for the Naga Silk Sword, you need your critical hit abilities put up to level 1 to be able to use it. Which costs like 6 skill... What is it, 6 skill points or something? It's quite a lot. This is another element that the game, a very light element that's tacked on. There's a couple of occasions where you can actually create weapons. It's actually kind of a cool sequence. Basically, I picked up a steel bar there, and you know, you melt the bar over the fire. You put it into the wee water pit thing that forges a kind of blade. You put it over the fire, heat it up, bash it with a hammer, you've got a blade, create the hilt for it, and the end result is you end up with a longsword. So you actually end up with a slightly stronger... Yeah, I forgot to heat it up, that's why I'm standing there a little longer. So you end up with a slightly stronger sword. Default sword is just a short sword, the long sword has slightly better damage rating. There you go, longsword. And that other sword, Naga Silk Sword, it has exactly the same damage rating. The only difference is it does add an extra 2% chance of a critical hit. But like I say, I think it's a lot of skill points to invest in a sword that's not any stronger than the longsword and just gives you a slight chance of a critical hit. In an ideal universe, if there was more points to spare, I probably would take it, but, you know, there's other things that I need. As you'll see as the game progresses, like stealth abilities, and eventually I'll put points into strength and melee and all that kind of stuff. Archery as well. You can fight those little spiders legitimately if you want, but you can just walk over them to kill them. You could probably hear a couple of guards talking there. You could... There's a wee alcove bit to the right there. You could go down and kill them if you want, but there's absolutely no loot whatsoever, so it's kind of pointless. So just avoid that fight. So this next part, well, I'm just going to let you watch it. Basically, we come across the main nemesis for the game, Arantir, and then there's a cutscene at the end of it, which is kind of bizarre. So I'm just going to sit back and let you watch it. If you've watched the video to this point, well done.
That's Arantir. Don't make a sound. His power is beyond anything you've ever seen. Look at that, look! He's opening a portal between the Necromancer Hive and the tunnels here. That takes rare power.
So this is a kind of stealthy section. If you get caught, you're instantly dead, pretty much, because Arantir is incredibly powerful, but it's pretty easy. So just sit back, watch, enjoy the bizarre cutscene, and I'll see you for part 6. So take it easy.
More ghouls, I think. Hey, help me. Help us. Let us out. Open the
To you,
Don't
Ash,
want to
what's
die
going on
here?
here? An unlocked cell door. Somebody has been careless. I look forward to hearing their explanation. You, take care of those creatures. I've no time for this.
Now's my chance.
Take the crystal. Perfect. Now let's get out of here before anyone notices. Such a marvelous performance, my dear. Now let's go see to that Liana creature. They've sealed the exit. Find the river. It's our only chance.
I'm sending you to the free city of Stonehelm to meet a sorcerer named Menelag. He and I have certain shared allegiances. Right now, he's looking for an artifact called the Skull of Shadows, for reasons of his own that are doomed to fail. He thinks you're going to help him, the fool. At least not without this, the Shantary crystal that we retrieved. However, boy, I don't trust you out there alone. I need someone to hold your leash. One can travel lighter than two, Sarah.
Don't worry. You'll learn to enjoy the pain. You can call me